Hey mate, I'm Alex.
And I'm Gaston.
Welcome to Power Mate.
This is the place to learn and share about Fabric and Power Platform. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel with your friends and colleagues.
So Power Mate, today we are diving into a topic maybe many of you have been asking about, composite semantic model with data lake and import table.
This is based on the deep dive blog from Zoe, from the product team, from the Power BI product team. We are going to be showing that in the comments below. But as always, we are not just talking about theory. So we are going to be doing some real demo with AdventureWorks.
Yeah, if you ever, struggle choosing between data lake and import, so this video is for you.
And mainly for the community that's been leveraging or using Power BI for quite a while and been thinking about, hey, I used to have data query and then import, and now that we have data lake, and if you thought that you had to choose only one storage mode, this video will change your mind.
So Gaston, let me start with that question. It's like, why this is so important? Of this, what's that change?
Yeah. Like in real projects, your data is never perfect or uniform. You have large fact table coming from different data sources, data warehouse, and so on. Sometimes on premises, sometimes the cloud. You want to scale up. You want great performance for your Power BI business users. You want near real-time refresh data to get the latest insights. So that's why,
So that is where direct lake shine at some point, right?
Yeah, because Fabric introduced this concept in one lake where you have direct lake as a really great connection. But also one of the things that we've been talking about the community is you also have, or you keep having, small tables, like dimension tables, like budget, like targets, some manual adjustment, some Excel files coming with small data coming from the business. So that is one of the things that you have in real world.
Those tables are perfect for import. Right?
Exactly. When you have a small amount of data, that's where import makes a lot of sense. And that's why we introduced this concept of composite semantic models as the best of both worlds. In the same model, having a bunch of measures, same report, but where you can combine direct lake and import in that semantic model.
Okay, so this is not a workaround. This is like a first class, pattern in Microsoft Fabric and Power BI as of today.
Yeah, and then let us show all this Power Mates community what we can build today. Let's go with the head over to my machine and let's see how this magic works. This is my screen, the Fabric as it is. Remember that we are landing in all the workflows for data engineer, data factory, Power BI, and so on. And what we are going to be doing today is I'm going to be loading the AdventureWorks sample data. For that process, remember that you can go to the data engineer stream here, and then I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to click on the data engineer. I'm going to click on a new item in my workspace back there, and in the new item option, I'm going to click on the Lakehouse, one of my favorite items in the Fabric space. I'm going to click in the Lakehouse. I'm going to put the name Power Mates Demo 2026 Lakehouse. That is going to be the name for my Lakehouse. I'm going to create this one. This is going to spin up a new Lakehouse for me. And remember that it's really quick for all of us to start populating data in top of my Lakehouse. That is really simple because what you need to do is just start with sample data. And that is something that you can do in a Lakehouse. You can do in the SQL database as well. So you can just click on that one and you can, pick one of the sample data back here, or even you can pick from any of other examples, you can keep downloading AdventureWorks and so on if you have that preference. In my case, I already have a SQL database, and in my SQL database, I already load my sales LT, and you can see all the data and all the tables coming to this database. What I'm going to be just trying to do here is showing you that after of course, I can click in any of these just to check the data coming for each of the tables, address, customer, products, and so on. But the most important thing that I would love to showcase is, first of all, I'm going to open another window here, and this one is going to be with the purpose of going into my workspace, and I'm going to click on the new item. And the next step is going to be, I'm going to create a semantic model that's going to be linking to that AdventureWorks data. So click on the semantic model first, and then let's do one lake catalog just to check all the items back there. I can click in the PowerMates demos Lakehouse, or I can click in the SQL demos with my AdventureWorks data. In my case, I'm going to click on the SQL demos 2026. That's going to be open the database. I can name PowerMates semantic model, and I can click in all the I have multiple schemas. You can see DBO, Sales LT, or I can just click in one of them, and remember that you can start clicking all the databases that you want to incorporate in that semantic model. After I click this, the main purpose for this is explain how you are storing the data, because remember that when we spin up a lakehouse or we spin up a new database in SQL, the main concept behind this is you're creating the semantic model, and by default, that semantic model is spinning up direct lake connection for all the tables. And you're going to be seeing on that screen that, you have all the lines in blue back there, and all the lines in blue that I have in the top of each of the tables. If I click in any of those tables, I can go in the right pane here to advanced, and I can see that my storage mode is per default direct lake. And that means that anytime someone is landing data in direct lake, someone is landing data in my database in SQL, or someone is landing data in my lakehouse, because I'm doing direct lake, it's going to refresh automatically the data in the semantic model. But again, based on our introduction, because you can handle import and you can handle direct lake at the same time, what you can do is something like this. You can click on transform data here, and you can introduce, edit tables or transform data, and you can go and say, for example, I would love to add a new table, and that table is going to be, in my case, budget table. And that budget table that I'm creating here, I'm going to create one column for year, one column for month, and one column for the amount of that budget. And then I can add a couple of years back here. I'm going to add a month over there and some of the amounts for the budget. After I do this, you can check that when I hit OK, and I'm going to save this one. After I save this one, and was just kind of with the purpose of creating or adding more data to the semantic model, you can see that this is more kind of a dimension or a small table. Imagine that you have a financial Excel file that's coming from one of the business units, and you want to add that into your semantic model in top of your data that came from SQL in Fabric or from the Lakehouse in Fabric. And you can see right now that I add that budget table over here. One of the main difference, if you compare side by side with any of the tables that we already have, is that this one, you can see the blue lines in top of that table, and I am missing that line in my budget table over here. The main thing is that I am caching in memory this table. So if I am bringing this from Excel or from SharePoint or from any other source, I can indicate that this table, and I can go to advanced here, and you can see in the advanced mode that the storage mode is import. So the main difference is that this data is going to be cached in memory, and you can check that in the properties of your table. So that means that you don't need any refresh for this one. It's just a twist, and the big difference and the performance that you're going to get is perfect because you are combining the best of both worlds, meaning that all the Lakehouse, all the SQL database in Fabric is going to keep doing everything in Direct Lake. So when you have fact tables that lands in the SQL database or in the Lakehouse, you can go with Direct Lake automatically. But for this kind of dimension, small tables, you can keep going with the storage mode as import. And that is the magic of this. That is the magic of combining two different storage mode in the same semantic model. And in top of this, of course, you can keep creating relationships, you can keep creating measures in DAX to understand the business logic, and then, of course, in top of that, creating the reports in Power BI. But that was kind of the highlight of this video, that you can set up this to create the semantic model and to combine both storage mode in the same semantic model as it is. So what do you think, Alex?
That's great, because now you can choose between, if you want to use direct like or import, as you mentioned, if it's just a small dimension. And also you have more flexibility and options to work with your semantic model, and you don't need to, as used to be like, okay, I need to decide from the very beginning if we're going to use import or direct lake. Now you can decide in real time on some point. So that's great. That's great. So that's all for today, PowerMate. If it helped, as usual, hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's free and really help to reach others to may want to learn more about Power Platform and Fabric. So stay powerful, PowerMate, and join us on this journey.
And remember that together we are going to be unlocking the full potential of Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric.